I'm showing how to remove the rear deck cover, the big one, over the rear speakers if eventually you want to replace the rear speakers. S6003 V70 is different. I'm not sure if all S62 2009 are the same, but at least 2001 to 3 I think is pretty much this. S80 is going to, the side bolster is going to be completely different. It doesn't look like this one. So first off, we need to flip the back of the seat, adjust those handles on the inside of the trunk on both sides, pull the handles, push on the back seats to flip them like this, and then we are going to attack the side cover. This guy here has three attaches. It has one sliding hook and then one tab here and one tab here. This guy goes into that hole and this guy here goes into this hole. So the way it goes with the side bolster in place, just reach, you have pulled the back seat, so reach from the side like this. You may do it from inside the trunk, but it's too far away. Reach with your hand under this trim cover and press like on this side here of that clip. Just depress this clip and then give it a good pull. This one should slide out by itself. If it doesn't, you may want to reach in there and to press it a little bit on the side towards the center of the car, but usually this one slides out by itself. So once you got the side bolster, will just move a little bit like this. Don't fully pull it, and once it moves like this one is released. Lift it just like this, lift it a little bit, and that will unhook this. It's like a long pin, will just slide out of it. That pin goes right here at the bottom, right into that tiny hole, so you need to lift it once you release that tab in there, and then you just may want to pull the seat belt. If the seat belt locks in place, just slide it back and then go slowly, remove it slowly, so you take this guy out of the way. And now for the cover itself, if you don't know where the hooks are, it's pretty annoying to remove it. And also keep in mind that once you remove it once, it may start to be creaky a little bit, especially in cold weather. Right now I did flip the cover. It's upside down. This is the side that goes on the back of the seats. I'm on the left side of the car, left rear passenger seat. The way you need to release it is just slide the hand underneath the cover, slide the hand and push it upwards, and you need to unclip those pins. There is one pin here right near the rear passenger, left passenger seat belt. There's another pin. This is the seat belt lock, so it has like a gray cover here. So right at the right of the gray cover, one pin, center gray cover, another pin at the right of it, cover towards the right side of the car. The pin is on the left side of that cover. These pins need some force to pull from there. This one broke already, and this one seems to be different. If you break them, you can still remove them like this, but you won't be able probably to slide your hand to remove them like that. Starting with the left side of the car, this one slides out towards the left side of the car. This one slides towards the right side of the car, and this one also slides towards the right side of the car if you manage to slide them, but usually I will just push them from there. So this is how the rear deck cover is secured near this extremity towards the front of the car, and towards the rear of the car we have 3 holes and 3 sliding hooks like this, 1, 2, and the third one right there. And if you look from underneath the trunk, you will notice the 3 holes. They just go from top of the trunk, top of the deck, inside the trunk. So you'll notice those 3 clips from inside the trunk when the cover is in place. But like I said, you just unclip those guys here, 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just slide the cover, slide it, lift, and slide it towards the front of the car. Be aware the seat belts will kind of keep it in place, but just pull on it a little bit to release those 3 hooks. They will just slide gently out. Once you have unhooked those pins, you lift it and unhook them. When you slide it, if it feels like it's stuck, let's just lift it a little bit and watch underneath. Sometimes it just gets stuck in there, those foam pieces. So it's just a little bit, you need to be careful with it. Back in place the same, adjust the reverse. These covers on the speaker itself cannot be removed. They are like, they have metal pins, so anyway it is worthless to try removing them. If you are about to replace the rear speakers, by the way, I did replace mine were bass radio unit, and I did replace with the premium one. They fit in place perfectly. The way they are attached, it's 1 8mm bolt, 1 8mm bolt, 2 of them, same for the other side. And you have this clip here. You need to release it on both sides. Just pull it like this, fingernail, but on both sides remove it. It's a bit difficult. And when you remove those, just lift it, and there is another clip here, and that clip will slide out. So you lift it and you pull it towards the front of the car. Once the cover is fully slide in place, just make sure it's really all the way back, and then just tap on top of it. I just want to clip those pins back in place. Make sure it's secure. Again, when you slide the cover back in place, you notice these hooks here, the center and the side ones. Usually they should fit in there nicely, but you can also come from inside the trunk, these holes, and just grab the cover and just pull it towards the rear of the car. All holes like this, at each hole, and then the small clips. There's also a tab in there. You don't have to depress it to remove it, but it should clip back in place when the cover is fully pushed backwards. I think pretty much it. Hopefully this helps you guys.
And while there, I was just looking into these vents. I thought those vents are for cabin ventilation to direct the airflow inside the trunk, because the trunk has side openings, so it does communicate with the exterior. And I was just looking underneath these vents. The vents are the grid. This grid actually is located just under the rear windshield. So I flipped over the cover, and it turns out this grid actually is purely aesthetical, is not functional. Even though it has holes, it's surrounded with this thick foam piece all around, and on the metal side underneath the cover there's absolutely no hole. There's no possibility that the air will flow inside the trunk. So that's just a fun fact. I wonder why Volvo put them purely aesthetically thing.